Thinking instead of doing is self-sabotage. Think about it. That's kind of cliche and ironic, but think. When you think, you always bring doubt into your mind. And I'm telling you now, it's not a good thing. Because the real truth is, you need to throw things at a wall and hope they stick. Because how do you expect to do anything? Because everything comes from practicality, not hypotheticals, not theoretically, I could do this and this will be the outcome. No, you need to go out there and do it. If you're in a business and you want to make money, you have to go out there and try. Start posting, start doing content, do something about it. Because nobody will save you to begin with, but also it will eliminate the doubt. Because if you constantly do it, guess what, people? You'll be confident in your actions. You'll be confident in your instinct. You'll be confident in everything you do. You'll be confident in that feeling in your gut. And you will realize thinking is not the best thing to do. Because honestly, let's be honest, our parents, our friends, everybody else says, think before you do. Because guess what? You might mess up and do this. So what if you mess up? You've just learned a lesson. And you'll never do that thing ever again. And if you never do that thing again, was it a waste? Was it even a mistake? Was it that bad after all? No, it wasn't. Stop seeing fails and failures as such a bad thing. They're not. They're just learning curves. They're just stepping stones. Because imagine somebody told you you have to fail 100 times in order to win. You'll be very happy to win. Because those failures actually are getting you closer. Because you're not the person you're supposed to be right now when you're rich. You're not the millionaire self right now. You're not. Because if you were the millionaire self, you would be a millionaire. You still have lessons to learn. So you have to go out there and learn those lessons in order to become somebody capable of getting that blessing, of being the person who is actually powerful enough to maintain it and take control. Because what is the point of having $1 million when you have no discipline and no correctional guidance? You don't know what to do with it. You are literally just going to waste those millions on everything you're not supposed to. You need to grow into that character, and then the blessing will come. Because your old self needs to die. Truthfully, it needs to die. They need to die. You 10 years ago is dead. You are dead. Think about it. Maybe there's a sliver of that person still inside you, but that person is dead. It isn't you anymore. You are a different person. You've grown. No matter how long, maybe a month ago you were a completely different person, but now you're different. Guess what? You are now different. So that person has died. You need to let this character right now you are now die against in order to become that millionaire self. You need to let it die. Die right now. Because every single time you don't let it die, you keep putting a category on yourself. Oh, I'm actually this guy, this guy, this guy. But if you let yourself die, you've just shed old skin and become a new thing. Think like a reptile, like a snake. You've just shed your old skin and you've become a new. You are now a different person. You see yourself in a different light. You are no longer that Fortnite kid who constantly games all day. Now you are a businessman who does business, who trades, who has a Shopify store, who does e-commerce, who does Amazon FBA, who does drop shipping, who does whatever. Okay? You are that person now. Because it's all a mental block. If you constantly think about what people think of you or what mold you fit in, you will never ever achieve anything. That's why thinking instead of doing is a sacrifice. You need to do what that next person, that next character in your timeline does. That next millionaire self. You need to do that. You don't need to be thinking like, oh, I'm actually right now like this guy, so I'm gonna be like this. I'm the millionaire guy. So no, sorry, I'm the Fortnite guy. So I'm gonna keep playing Fortnite. No. If you constantly think you will obviously be that person. If you constantly think you're this person, you'll be this person. Subconsciously, you will be that person. So kill that mold, let it burn, and actually get a new mold. Make a new mold of yourself. Make something new. Make something anew of yourself. Because I'm telling you right now, you are destined for greatness. Destined for greatness. No matter what, whoever you are destined for greatness. You can make an impact on this world. Because I'm telling you, if you constantly think, there is a force out there making you constantly think, constantly feeding a little bit of doubt in your mind. We like to call it the devil, but we never really know what it is. It might actually be the devil, but you need to realize there is no doubt when you're doing at all. Because how do you expect to have any doubts creep up on you when you're constantly moving? If you've stopped, doubt will come. You will have habits, bad habits come back. You will live that awful life if you stop. Honestly, that's why the most famous quote I know, one of the most famous quotes is, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. If you can't crawl, keep going. I don't know. Keep going. Because if you stop, what are you going to do? Overthink. Doubt creeps in. You're anxious about the future. You're doubtful about your past actions. You don't know what's going to go on. You don't know the destination. You don't know what the next step is. Blah, blah, blah. Because if you constantly keep going, you will build that momentum. Oh, I need to do this now. I need to do this today. I need to do this tomorrow. I need to build this video. I need to build this project. I need to do this. And the list builds up because you realize, I need to know this. I need to do this. I need to do that. And you have that momentum to tell you, I am that person. Because if you don't think like your future self, like the future millionaire self, how do you expect to do what they do? Imagine your millionaire self right now, right? They're on meetings. They wake up early. They run. They work out. They eat well. Blah, 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 blah. But if you're stood still and don't think like them and move like them, move forwards like them, you won't be like them. You won't achieve that state. Like, come on. Does it make sense? Yes, it does. If you move like them, you will eventually become like them. And if you don't move, well, guess what? You're stagnant. You won't become anybody. You won't even be unique to yourself. Self-sabotage. It is literally you versus you. You are the sole reason you're rich or poor. If you're skinny or if you're fat, if you're, I don't know, ugly or beautiful, I don't know, or handsome, you are the sole reason. Because if it is in your hands, it's obviously your fault, right? Look around. People have become rich by their own means. Maybe their parents were rich, but they got no help. And why? Think about it. Why do so many rich kids get rich when they have no assistance? Because they can comprehend it. They can comprehend it. If you comprehend it, you will do it. Comprehend by doing. Because the more you do, the more you understand the system. Okay? Myself, I'm starting to comprehend what I want. And I'm telling you now, my future is very bright, and so is yours. Do what you want to do. And stop self-sabotaging. Because the devil is a tiny person on your shoulder. Just slowly whispering in your ear, do this, do that. Guess what? Dang gone. That easy. Just flee it. Flee. Because only you can do harm to yourself. Nobody's going to physically force you to go to those bad habits again. They're not, okay? Be honest, they're not. It is your choice, your actions, your things. You need to make it happen. Stop self-sabotaging and start doing something for your greater good, for you. It is up to you, people. Up to you, man. It is up to you. Dude, if you're the only person in your friend group who wants to become rich, don't be peer pressured into drinking, into vaping, into smoking. You need to be the one who is the difference. You need to be the difference because it's good to be the difference when you're doing the right thing, right? Maybe the difference means like, oh, I actually smoke and vape and they don't. No, you need to be that one person who doesn't, who takes life seriously, who understands, guess what? 2 years of taking life serious will change my life forever. People have become millionaires in 2 years. 2 years, people, 2 years of just doing something every single day and being repetitive in one business model, and you'll become rich. 2 years at least, and you'll be done. Done. And then you have something to work for. your entire life. Because I'm telling you, if you don't have a project to work on your entire life, you won't enjoy your life. You need to do something. Humans are physical people. We're physical. We need to do something. We need to constantly have our hands on something. We need to constantly build something. We like to build, right? We like to expand. We like to add value to society. And that's why you need to stop being like that average person thinking, oh, I want $1 million right now. What would I do with it? Guess what? You will spend all that money and realize I'm bored. I have no passive income. I've done nothing with this. You need to go build something, okay? Stop wishing for a random fucking gold pot to come down at the end of the rainbow in front of your house, okay? Because it's not going to happen, is it? It's literally more common to get hit by lightning than win the lottery. Fine, you can win the lottery, but I'm telling you, you shouldn't rely on it. You should do your own thing. Because when you don't rely on something, God will reward you because you're doing it in your own thing. Okay? You're doing it. You're not waiting for something. I'm telling you, God doesn't reward the people who just wish. Oh, I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to wish this. I'm going to wish. I wish this. Yeah, I wish $1 million right now, God. Please, 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 $1 million. Please, 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 please. No, he won't give you $1 million. But if you say, God, please, give me the opportunity, the wisdom, the power to build myself to $1 million individual, you'll eventually become that person so quickly like this because you have asked the right question and you're doing something upon it. You are acting upon it. Start doing it instead of thinking it, because when you think, you aren't doing anything. Your mental is nothing without your physical. Okay? Advice without action is nothing. Nothing. You need to do something about it. Stop self-sabotaging. Stop watching people online saying, my future is so bright, that's why my glasses are so dark. I'm telling you now, you need to do something about it. Okay? Because you constantly think about, oh, my future is so bright, my this and this and that. Well, do something about it. Do something about it. Because the person who constantly thinks, I have so much potential and does nothing about it will never do anything. Okay? The kid who is always so smart and gets told, oh, you're so smart. He doesn't try, okay? He's so talented, yet he doesn't try because he knows I'm talented enough to put minimal effort and do nothing about it. And I was that person. I was that kid, man. And I'll be honest with you. I am changing from that. I am no longer that person. I don't characterize myself as that person. And you shouldn't either. And the kid who's working so hard will continue to work harder when praised. Because guess what? Praising somebody for something they're doing instead of them personally being somebody isn't feeding their ego. It's feeding their drive. You are self-sabotaging yourself by constantly thinking about who you are. You need to think about what you need to do and who you need to become. Right now, today. I'm telling you this. Motivation lasts, okay? It lasts a certain amount. But if you don't follow your future self or your future self who you need to be, you won't have anything. Your actual motivation, your deep desires is that person, okay? It's that person. So that's your motivation. Stop watching TikToks. Stop watching videos about it. That is your motivation. Your future self is your motivation. That's all you need. Become that person, walk like that person, eat like that person, speak like that person, and you will eventually become that person. Easy, okay? Think about it. Come on. It is up to you, people. Up to you, man. It is up to you. I'm just trying to help you. And anyways, boys, I hope you like this video. My socials and my free trading Discord is in the description. And I hope you like this video. And like and subscribe, boys. Anyways, see you in another. I hope this helped. Just realize you are meant for more. Just do something about it. Build yourself 1% every single day. And you'll wake up 6 months later with a better life. No social anxiety. No worries about anybody. Only yourself, and building and building and building. And in 5 years, you'll wake up and realize, I have the dream life. I have the dream cars. I have the dream wife, the dream man. I have everything. And yet I want to build more and I will accomplish more because I see above the horizon. I see it all. Just start today. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this, boys. Love and appreciate you guys. Peace.